Why is it so difficult to see improvements even when we strive for them? The answer often lies in our own perception. This training lets you experience how that works and how you can make hidden opportunities visible. Welcome to the training Inattentional Blindness. My name is Ilko Knijvers, founder of Sequove, the art of moving forward. Before we dive into the content, let's watch a short clip from the movie Now You See Me, play along and pick a card.
I'm going to flip through this deck, and I want you to see one card, and not this one. That's too obvious. Pay close attention. That was too fast. I'll do it again. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you see one?
Yes.
Do you have one in mind?
Yes.
Now, do you see your card here?
No.
That's because you're looking too closely. And what have I been telling you all night? The closer you look, the less you see.
As mentioned in the training on the differences between Lean Six Sigma and operational excellence, there are multiple aspects to consider. At Sequove, we know that process improvement goes beyond methodology alone. Engagement of people plays a crucial role in sustaining results. Understanding inattentional blindness is essential in this context. In this training, we will cover why thinking differently is so important, what we mean with inattentional blindness, how this can apply in a simple and practical way, and finally I will briefly share information about Sequove and where you can find more free training materials at sequove.com so you can start working on your own improvement projects. We will start with a short inspiration from Steve Jobs on the topic of continuous improvement.
In most companies, if you're new and you ask, why is it done this way? The answer is because that's the way we do it here, or because that's the way it's always been done. And in my opinion, the largest contribution of much of this quality thinking is to approach these ways of doing things, these processes, scientifically, where there is a theory behind why we do them. There is a description of what we do, and most importantly, there is an opportunity to always question what we do.
For me, this short clip from an interview with Steve Jobs is very inspiring, recorded in an era when thinking differently was far from the norm. The key is to keep asking ourselves, what is the logic behind our processes? Why do the processes run the way they do? And even more importantly, how can we improve them? To quote Roger Federer, if you keep doing the same thing, you stay the same. And staying the same means going backwards. If change is so logical, one question remains. Why is it so difficult? To better understand this, we will explore the phenomenon inattentional blindness. Inattentional blindness is the failure to notice something that is fully visible but goes unnoticed because our attention is focused on other activities or tasks. You may have wondered why certain improvements, sometimes very simple ones, haven't been implemented years ago, or why, even after suggesting multiple times how things can be done differently, you still feel unheard. The best way to explain and illustrate inattentional blindness is to let you experience it firsthand. Before we do that, let's put ourselves in a situation where we are focused on a specific task, just like in our work. To illustrate this, here's a task for you to concentrate on. You will see two basketball teams, one in white and one in black. The question, how many times does the white team pass the ball to each other? Clear? At the end of the next video, the answer will be a number. Go! The answer is 13. However, did you notice anything unusual in the video? Did you see the man in a monkey suit doing the moonwalk and waving his hands while you were focused on the counting? If not, this is an example of inattentional blindness. By concentrating on one thing, we can fail to notice something else. If you did see it, you're apparently less prone to inattentional blindness, but stay focused. The training isn't over yet. One more video to go. And because I know you won't pay full attention to a task anyway, I won't give you one this time. Just watch the next video.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
But how did you know?
Madam, as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out.
So how good was your attention? Did you notice the 21 obvious changes that were made while you were watching and listening to this short scene? Didn't you see them? Feel free to rewind and watch again. How many can you spot now? Curious what they were? I will show you the remake.
Action. Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
Insight into improvements begins with observation. As shown in the introduction video and the other videos, even when you look carefully, you are unconsciously guided. This demonstrates how our perception is influenced by expectations, context, and what we consider important. That is why Lean places so much emphasis on Gemba, truly observing where the work happens and making people aware of this. Taiichi Ono, one of the founders of the Toyota production system, the origins of lean management, created an exercise to expand our perspective called the circle. He literally drew a circle on the shop floor intended to let new employees observe the process as it was. And this had two very important benefits. 1. Fresh perspective from newcomers. They are not yet tied to daily routines, and their insights provide valuable knowledge. How could the process work differently? Why does it run the way it does? And where is the waste? And 2. Enhancing our self-awareness, better known as the Hawthorne effect. We adjust our own behavior simply because we are being observed, regardless of the outcome. In other words, knowing that newcomers are observing our processes and may suggest improvements makes us more critical and reflective ourselves. A true win-win. Yet in many companies, new employees go through a long series of trainings before their first day of actual work begins. Why not reverse this? Why not let them first observe the process for a short period of time, ask questions, and then go through the training? This way, their input can be incorporated into continuous improvement, and they feel more involved and valued from day one. Real progress doesn't happen by itself. Change only works when it's embraced, guided, and implemented carefully in a sequential manner. It requires a deep understanding of both processes and people, so that change can move forward gradually. This is exactly where Sequove helps. Sequove supports organizations by giving structure and engagement to change. By shaping change smartly and carefully, results remain visible and sustainably embedded. Sequove, the art of moving forward. This brings us to the end of the training. The goal of this and other trainings is to sharpen your critical eye, to better recognize where waste or interruptions occur in your processes and to take effective action. In this training we covered why change is important. Staying the same means going backwards. What inattentional blindness is. The common inability to notice notable events because our attention is focused elsewhere. What we can do about it. An introduction to the circle, which provides space for observational reflection, self-reflection, and encourages more active employee involvement in process improvement. How Sequove supports organizations by combining active engagement with proven techniques, making change sustainable and results lasting. For more information about Sequove and other free trainings, visit www.sequove.com. The trainings are available in English and Dutch. Feel free to leave a comment on the website. For questions about this or other trainings, you can send an email to training@sequove.com.